Presented by Church Tech U, it's the ProPresenter Show. On today's show, how to use the linked text option in ProPresenter 7. Hi, and welcome again to the ProPresenter Show. This is the show where I help you learn all about ProPresenter. My name's Paul Allen Clifford. And before we get started, if you've ever seen the linked text option and thought, what in the world would I use that for? Go ahead and give me a thumbs up. So, this is another one of those things that they added in ProPresenter 7, and initially I just didn't see what use it had. But as time has gone on, they've added more and more possibilities, and so I wanted to show you a couple of them and how you might use this. So let's head over to my computer and take a look. So here we are in Pro 7, and if we were to right click, select edit slide, I could also click edit up here, or do Control E on a Mac or Alt E on Windows. I think it's Alt E. I'm on a Mac, so I don't memorize those as well. Anyway, going into edit slide, what I can do is, first off, I'm going to add a second text box here. So let's add text here, and let's actually move that over to the side, shall we? So I've got that over there, and I'm going to take this text box and I'm going to squish that over like this. So basically I've got about a third of the screen over there with this, and then let's squish it a little bit more, like a third of the screen over here with this. So the one that's named text is this new text box, and the one that's labeled whatever happened when I just hit my keyboard several times is this guy over here. So now we've got this with the new text box selected. Let's click on linked text, and what I can do is I can I've got several choices that I can do. In this case, what I'm just going to do is go select the current slide and the text on the current slide. Okay, so that is actually this text box here, and so all that would do is it would put it over here. But since I've got this selected, let's do some stuff to it, like the line transform tool that they added in, it was either 7.5 or 7.6. So I'm going to remove line returns, and so if we go back to show, click on it here, I left my key on, you'll notice that I've got just basically that same text here. That works. You know, I could scale down the visibility on it, right click, edit slide, so I could go in here, and for the shape I could add some feathering to it so that it feathers at the top and bottom. I could change the opacity, make it just there. But another thing that I could do is I could use the scrolling here that they've added in the last couple of versions, and I could scroll it up from the bottom. Now, when they first added that ability, I showed you this, but this is just something that you could do. So if we go back into show and do it again, notice I've got that scrolling in the background. You know, I could add a background to it here. I could change the speed so it's much slower. I could have one word at a time. Just a lot of stuff there. But the main screen isn't the only place where we can use the linked text ability. Here, let me click on one of the others here. And for that, let's go into screens and then edit layouts for the stage screen. And what you'll notice is that you probably are already using this if you have a stage screen. So when I click on this and click on the text, notice it's linked to the current slide and text. And the next slide is linked to the next slide and the text of the next slide. And this stage message that I added here, so it doesn't actually look very good, but the stage message that I added here, if I can find it, yeah, there we go, it was underneath. It's linked to the stage message, and this is linked to a particular timer called 9:05 because it's for 9:05 a.m. Excuse me. And this one is the system clock, and this one is the video countdown. So we really have a lot of choices here. Not just the slide object that's on the slide, not just the current slide or the next slide. We can do timers, system clock, stage messages, video countdown, audio countdown, the name of the group, etc. So you can put in any number of things that are linked to specific text boxes and have those show up in ProPresenter 7 with this ability, including, I didn't mention it, but you could have an RSS feed if you want to take information directly from your website for an announcement, for example, or you could put up weather. There's all kinds of stuff that you could put up. So that's how to use that in ProPresenter 7. If you like your this content, then I bet you'd like my ProPresenter 7 Quick Start course, which is absolutely free. All you have to do is go to TDM.fyi/Pro7Quick and give me your name and email address so I can make a login for you. Happens automatically. And then you can take that class at your leisure. It's only 3 or 4 lessons, so you can knock it out in a day or just spread it out over a week or what have you. And that way you can get up to date really quickly on some of the features of ProPresenter 7. Until next time, this is Paul Allen Clifford from TrinityDigitalMedia.com and ChurchTechU.com, reminding you to go out and change eternity.